Hey you guys, it's me, Chris Colley. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the city of Rochester Hills, Michigan. I come to you every Wednesday afternoon at noon for a live at lunchtime. Today I'm going to share with you some birthday cards. Yesterday was our very last birthday club get together. We had been meeting for 6 months and making cards to fill the birthday planner. So everybody started off with a birthday planner and some accessories. We used the petal pink ribbon and the little sequins that came with the kit, as well as the 2021 and 2023 in color opal rounds. So everybody left yesterday with a total of 58 cards from our little 6-month club. And we're getting ready. The next one we're going to start will be our Christmas club. That will be a subscription club, so you can join for all 6 months. We'll go from June to November, and we'll make 8 Christmas cards each month. So I'll post some details for that if you're interested. And we'll just jump right in. We're using the Memories and More cards this week. And we are also using the Wildlife Wonders stamp set for some sentiments, as well as the Queen Bee stamp set. If you're not familiar with the Queen Bee stamp set, it came out in our last mini catalog, and it is not in the new catalog that we have. Hi, Kristen. Thanks for joining me. It's not in the new mini catalog, but you can find it as an online exclusive. So if you go to my web store, which is rubberroom.stampinup.net, and use the little search magnifying glass to type in online exclusives, you'll find this stamp set there. So, and it's an excellent stamp set. I'm so glad that they didn't retire it completely because I use it a lot. And one of the other things I've used here is going to be the Wonderful Sayings. If you haven't seen that, that's a die set in this catalog. And we had 17 die sets in this new catalog that did not coordinate with a specific stamp set, which is kind of nice because that means you can use it all over the board. Stylish Shapes is one of those, tailor-made tags, but this one down here called Wanted to Say is like it was the first die set that I needed. Let me see how close I can get it for you guys so you can see. It's this one down here in the corner, and you can see, let's see if I can get it in this way. It coordinates with the little mini machine. That's what that little logo there means, is that will fit through your mini cut and stamp and emboss machine. It's called Wanted to Celebrate. So it has an outline of a word here, and then the word there. And it kind of captures everything. It says, you're too kind, happy birthday, feel better soon, and celebrate. And then you have hearts, a little bow that goes on that little package, stars, and a flower. This is going to be like kind of one of my go-to die cuts because it will allow me to just really highlight the gorgeous Designer Series paper. And if you haven't heard, Designer Series paper is going to be on sale in the month of June. I think it's 15% off. So I'll also share the news on that with you in a post. So your Memories and More cards come pre-scored. So we're just going to fold it and burnish it on that score line. And I have taken a piece of basic white cardstock and I put it through my embossing folder with one of the new embossing folders. I put it through my die cut machine with one of the new embossing folders. I'm going to share with you. You can see it's kind of a brick pattern, but a worn brick pattern. It looks almost like it has moss or something growing on it, maybe just little dots there. So it's a very, very cool pattern, and it takes the place of the embossing folder that retired that was the brick wall embossing folder, and it did retire. So this is going to take its place. Just looking to see if I can find the name of it. Exposed Brick. Exposed Brick is what it's called. And I really, really like that too. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to bring in some of my foam adhesive strips. You guys know I love these because they give a lot of support, and this is a pretty big piece of cardstock that needs to be supported. So I am going to just add it all the way around. And this is a little bit thicker than our regular dimensionals. I'm going to take my cap off my scissors and they will work a little better that way. So it will give you a little more lift than our regular dimensionals do. Which is kind of fun too. Okay, so we're just going to plop it on here, and they come in these nice long strips, and I'm just going to take this leftover piece that I have and put it across the middle here. Okay, I'm going to peel off the backing there. They are adhesive front and back, so you do have to remove that back piece. And gonna put it on there nice and straight. Okay, now I have cut 6 pieces of designer series paper. This paper is retired. I believe you can still, I know a couple days ago it was still available on the clearance rack list, but I wanted to get all 6 patterns in here. And I wanted to show the metallic side of them. Here's where I'm going to put my words. Okay. And I cut, they're in envelopes because everybody got to make 2. So I'm just going to separate out my one. And I'll save that other one. And if you place a minimum $35 order with me, using my host code, I will send you the kits, these extra kits here. So I'm going to take these 6 pieces, and they are all 4 inches by 7/8 of an inch. And the 7/8 of an inch is just so I could fit all of them on my card front. Okay, and I'm just trimming the edges. It doesn't matter how much you cut off, how little you cut off. I'm just going to give it a little bit of an angle. I want it to kind of look wonky. We're not going to go straight on my card. If wonky bothers you, then you probably want to take a little more time cutting, making sure they're all going in a direction you like. I kind of just really don't care too much about everything having to be symmetrical. Sometimes I think a little imperfection is kind of what holds your eye and adds a little bit of character to it. So I'm going to take all 6 of mine and just cut them in different ways, different lengths, that kind of thing. Okay, get rid of this mess here. There we go. And then I'm just going to bring in my stamp and seal, and you can see this is gorgeous paper on any side. This stamp set is still available. It's called the Season of Chic, and it is gorgeous. It has all these dies. There are snowflakes, leaves, flowers, snowflakes, leaves, flowers. One more. It like encompasses all of the seasons. So you have 4 seasons, and I'm going to grab it for you. Shells, seashells is the other one. So this is what it looks like. And it just covers all the seasons. But there's an amazing set of dies that go with this. They are so cool because you have the ones that cut out these little shapes, and then you have a base, but you don't have a base for all of the inside shapes. And the same with the flower. You have one flower base, but then you have 3 flowers, and this is the only one that coordinates with that. So those two are just like outlines, stamps or dies. So they're going to make little images kind of like that, the little outline. So cool, so cool. All right, so let's get started here. I'm going to start with this one. And again, just put them on there randomly. I'm going to kind of set mine softly on there because I want to make sure when I get to the end that I still have room to get all of them on there. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of start like this. And I'm kind of going to go up and down and touching and not touching. Let me get back up there in the camera where you can see me. Overlap it a little bit there. And look at that. And I want to move these a little bit closer so I have room to put that tail end on there. That very last piece. And see how quickly that went? You didn't have to stress over which piece touches which piece and how close to the edge and all of that. You just kind of have that random, I threw it on there look to it, which I kind of like. So that's going to be our card base and our little card front there. And these cards are a little bit bigger. Hi Debbie, hi Jacqueline, hi Kay. Thanks for stopping in, you guys. Thanks for sharing, Kay. Jakey, I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're going to be able to be with us tonight. And I've been getting ready, so all is good there. And I'm going to take, this is one of our new colors. It's one of our new core colors, or I'm sorry, it's one of the new in colors. It's called Pebbled Path. And it's kind of a gray, almost like a concrete gray. And it's a little bit darker than what I want my image to be. So I'm just going to take it down here and stamp it. I can at least make sure it's straight that way. And then I'm going to get a second generation image from it. Okay. Which is very light and more like what I wanted. I'm just going to bring in my paper snips and I'm going to trim around my words. And you can, of course, if you don't like fussy cutting, you can leave it and just make it straight, a straight piece of paper. This started off as a scrap piece of paper, so it wasn't really straight. So you can just kind of straighten it out. Debbie was here for a birthday club yesterday and got to make all of these cards. In fact, she made 2 of each of these cards. So she's been in Florida and getting caught up with us. It was good to see her again. We do birthday club in person, so we will be doing our Christmas club in person, and you can always do it to go if you want, if you can't be here. When Debbie was in Florida, she got her kids to go. We just like an opportunity to get together, to socialize, and to craft together and relax. So we do it in person every month. Here we go. So you'll have 6 months of in-person stamping, making your Christmas cards should you join us. I'm just going to put some Stampin' Seal back here. I'm going to come in and get that adhesive off so I don't get it on the next card that I bring in here. Here we go. And these cards have been pretty much prepped because, again, this is our live at lunchtime, and I don't like to keep you too much past lunchtime. I know you guys need to eat too, so I'm gonna put some dimensionals on the back. So I try to pre-prep as much as I can and just give you the basics, because I think you all know how to cut cardstock. So I just give you the stamping part, and we're on our way. There's some birds built a nest. I'm gonna line this up right in between those two there. Oops, I forgot my ribbon. Glad I didn't put that down. We have birds that built a nest under our deck, and they're out there fighting. They like to make sure we know that they're out there. I'm just going to cut a little piece of ribbon here. I'm going to cut it in half. I think they're laying their eggs, and so the mother gets pretty protective about who's around and what they're doing. And they started this nest, and it got a golf ball, which knocked it to the ground. And so she immediately started building another nest in the same spot. Sometimes I wish we could move the houses so it's a little bit safer for them, but they don't seem to mind too much. They've built one in both corners, so it's kind of like a little subdivision for them there. All right, I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Seal, and I'm just going to make like a little check mark there. And I am going to just kind of weave my ribbon into it, or loop it into it, however you want to say, so it has that kind of a look to it. And then I'm going to put my birthday wishes right on top of it. And this is a great way to get rid of your scraps of paper. Like I said, these are 7/8 of an inch long, so, and 4 inches wide, so you can get a lot of them from one piece of cardstock. Okay, so we're going to take our other big envelope, or big card. You have big cards like this, and then you have smaller, like mini cards, which we'll do next. We're going to fold it in half. We're going to burnish it on that score line, and I think these are 6 1/4. They do come with envelopes too, so you don't have to worry about an envelope fitting it. And it's about 6 1/4 inches by 4 1/4 inches. So it's just a little bit longer. Our normal card size is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, so it's a little bit longer than that. So we have got our little envelope here, and this one you're going to be able to see what I mean when I say it cuts an outline. Okay, so there's our happy birthday, and those are the words, and then our dies will cut a base that you can set them on also. And these are just outlines of the leaves. So you have just that really cool outline. And because I've used that distressed gold paper, it just really pops on here. So I'm gonna add both of these layers with just regular Stampin' Seal. And this one is that Retiring in Color Soft Suede that I absolutely love. We had planned to do this class in April, and you can do either side of it. They're both really gorgeous, aren't they? I might do this side. I have this side already, so I think I'll do this side. We had planned to do this class in April, and then I had a death in the family, so we kind of moved it out a bit, and that's why we have some retiring things in here that we're working with, but they're still beautiful products. I'm going to do these things, and this is a punch. It's from the Sprigs and Twigs punch, and this year they made a stamp set that coordinates with it called Layering Leaves, and it coordinates with that punch that was from last year, which is such a cool idea. So I'm going to use some green glue. You are laughing, you guys, because I do not like my green glue because it gets everywhere. I get all sticky, and everybody on my team loves it, and they've given me some tips on how to use it. So I had a big event on Saturday, which was my catalog launch, and yesterday I was going through and pulling out some markers because I wanted to use them tonight for I have a celebration tonight, and some of the blends I needed to use, and they are so coated with green glue sticky. It was like, okay, what is up with these? So they got all cleaned, but it's good to know that I am not the only one that has this going back and forth with green glue. It's not even called green glue. I think it's anywhere glue. Because it goes anywhere it wants to go, right? So I'm bringing you my happy birthday, and I'm going to add a little bit of glue to it because the glue sticks best, I find, when it's a little bit tacky. So I'm just kind of dotting my glue around on my happy birthday. Also, you can use some sticky paper when you cut these dies out, but because I was using the foil paper, I did not use the sticky paper because it doesn't really go through very nicely. When you go to peel it off, it tends to tear your paper a little bit. It works best with cardstock, I have found. Okay, so I'm just going to put my leaves on here. I think I'll go this way with them. And there I go, I'm sticking all over with that glue. Just clean it up there. Everything I have after this will stick to my scrap paper. I have a customer that gets her paper so sticky, she just turns it over and moves on to the other side. Okay, now I've embossed, this is one of our shapes from the Nested Shapes dies, which is one of the 17 dies that are in the new catalog that don't have a coordinating stamp set. I'm trying to get it close enough so that you can see the leaves in there. That's the leaves embossing folder that we did. I thought it was kind of cool because it would coordinate with the leaves. Little die cut leaves. So I'm going to put my happy birthday on here. And I think I'm going to move my birthday over a little bit this way. And I'm going to tie a bow with that. Okay, there we go. I'm going to put this one up with my foam sheet. And I didn't have a bow on my sample, but I think I'm going to add one here just because I have that half a piece of ribbon sitting here. So I think I'll go ahead and use it. Tie a little bow with it. And I think I put it right. Wow. There we go. I think that will work. Okay. So I have that half a piece of ribbon that we cut horizontally. And I'm just going to tie it in a little bow and put it right on the edge there. We'll see what it looks like. If I don't like it, then we'll move it around. Wow. I'm really making this a task today. Okay, you guys, I started my Memorial Day sale too today. It's going to be a week long, and it's a free accessory with any minimum $50 purchase, we have some gorgeous new accessories in our new catalog, and I want to get them in your hands. So I will put my host code here. I also posted this morning, or I had a post scheduled for this morning that I hope went. I'm going to trim off some of these. I hope it got posted. And you can even, if you want to do, be a part of our group order, we do a group order every month, and it's just a way for you to save a little bit on shipping. Our minimum shipping went up to $7.99, so that means that you need to place about a $65 approximately order. Okay, we're going to put that right there with a glue dot in order to pay your 11% shipping. So if you're only ordering $25, $35, you'll save a lot of dollars on shipping, not having to pay, oops, I missed my glue dot, $8 to have that shipped to you. You'll pay like $3, maybe $3.50 something, I think. So a group order is a good way to save a little bit on your shipping costs, especially when you're not ordering a big order. Okay, there we go. Let's, I think we're going to put some of these, maybe the yellow. I always forget to accessorize until I get it done and it looks all naked, right? I kind of like the yellow with it. Yeah, definitely the yellow. I'm going to stick a yellow there and there. And I think way up in there. Okay. So that is card number 2. I'm going to bring card number 1 back. And I think I'm going to add some of these little adhesive backed sequins to this one. I'm going to add them in these spots where some of that white is showing. And that'll kind of take your eye from there. There we go. So just 3 little kind of sequins on the top of there. And then we have these little mini cards, which are adorable. They are, let's see, I think they're 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Yep, 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 is your card base. Okay. And again, they're scored. So we're just going to fold and burnish. And these come, like I said, with matching envelopes. So you can also go in and decorate your envelope with your designer series paper. So let's get our paper out. And we're just going to take enough for 1 card. And leave the other ones in here. We have 2 different shaped flowers. There we go. And I think I'll use that side of the paper. Why not, right? Okay. So we are going to take our stamp set. Here we go. And I'm going to use Petal Pink with it. And my words say, wishing you the best wishes ever. And that is a stamp that is right in this stamp set. So you're going to stamp that onto our circle. And I used a 1.5 inch circle punch. Nope, I used a 2 inch circle punch for this one. And your circle punches can be found, again, at the online store in the online exclusives. So you can go to my web store, online exclusives, and that's where you're going to find it. Yesterday we tied our bow. We cut it in half and tied a double bow that looks like this. And since we've just used both halves of our ribbon, I'm just going to tie a regular bow here with this one. This ribbon is like so soft. I don't know how I managed to get it out of your view here. It is a really soft, warm kind of ribbon. So, very pretty. All right, so I'm going to, let me just see. I think I like it like that. I don't think we need that shiny, although that shiny is very pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'm going shiny. Okay, so I am going to, again, take my green glue that I love so much. Yeah, and I'm going to do the back of these flowers. And just kind of dab a little bit of it on there. And then we'll just do kind of the middle of this one. And then in the thicker part of the edges. Okay, and I'm going to put this one down here. Looks like I forgot to put my paper on. I'm going to add just some Stampin' Seal on it. And put it right on my card front. I didn't want that to stick down. I was still playing with moving it around. Okay, let's see if I can get it on here. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put my little circle up on some dimensionals. Jackie, our friend who's on here, we always tease her. She puts dimensionals on everything, and that's a good thing. Somebody else was saying they were doing a class, and her customers referred to it as risers. So they were putting risers on everything. Here we go. And then I'm just going to put this kind of right there. And a glue dot for the back of this. And we are all set with this one. I think, well, no, Chris. We want some. There we go. And I think I'm going to put two little dots in here. And again, I think I'm going to go with the tiny yellows. And just kind of do them right there. Okay? And we have one more that we're going to do. I'm running just a little bit slow, so this one will be really, really quick. It's a mini card, so that will help, right? All right, and we have, using some of those nested shapes dies, cut out a little space for our sentiment. Again, using those sprigs and twigs dies, we have some little sprigs and some twigs, and a little piece from the nested shapes. And that piece actually came from the season of Chic. I love that piece. That die cut is so pretty. Okay, and I am not going to punch out all of my little things here because I think it's kind of an in thing now not to punch them out. So I'm going to leave them in. Some are already punched out. Some will be punched out some will be covered up, so that won't make a difference. This is that same paper that we used over on our last one on the other side, so love it. I'm just going to put some snail adhesive right in here on those pieces that are not punched out. It's going to go like that in the middle of my card. And you can see it adds a little bit of texture, dimension. It's just kind of fun to have some pieces punched out and some pieces not. So thank you for that little trick, Jackie. It's working on this card for me. Now we're going to use the letters from, the sentiment from Happy Birthday, or from the Queen Bee stamp set. And I am again going to stamp off because we're going to be using some basic gray ink. And it's really dark. So I'm going to have to move it down here. Here's my happy birthday. And my birthday. And I just kind of offset them the tiniest little bit there. I have to run today. For those of you that are demonstrators and are in our Demo Diva group, Susie is going to be doing a Zoom for Canva today at 1 o'clock. So if you're available, you want to pop over to that group and hop on the Zoom and see what she's going to share with us. Okay, here we go. So I am going to put my words on here. And then I'm going to put my twigs and sprigs behind them. So I'm going to put my words on there kind of in the center. And you can always go in and add glue or glue dots under these pieces if you want to. I actually am going to attach my twigs and my sprigs with glue dots because I want to push them right under my sentiment piece there. Okay, so don't forget about the Christmas club that's going to be starting next month. I also have my regular creativity club that it goes. We meet via Zoom on that one. It's not an in-person one. So it's a monthly subscription club where you get product each month. And here we go. We meet on Zoom. You get product, you get tutorials, and you get card kits. And then we meet on Zoom and we put it all together. I'm going to take just one more little glue dot and kind of put it right under there. There we go. So we have the Christmas Club and the Creativity Club and then our Memorial Day sale. On all of those things that are awesome things happening right now. I think I'm going to use this purple on there because I think, oh yeah, I want kind of just an iridescent little shine to it. And that kind of picks it up. They look almost clear. So I'm going to go, I think, up here with it. There we go. So that's number 4, you guys. And I didn't keep you too late. It's only 12:38. So hopefully I'll see some of you on Zoom. If you have any questions, just let me know. I will be including my host code link for the free accessory when you place a minimum number. And when you place a minimum order, Debbie says my card number 1 yesterday when I came home stepped to another card. So oh boy, Debbie had to go rogue. Thanks, Ellen. I'm glad you like them. And I hope to see you guys back here with me next week. Have a great holiday weekend. It's supposed to be a nice weekend. So let me run through here real quick and just share with you once again. This is the Season of Chic stamp set and the Memories and More cards. And then the wonderful sayings, or wanted to say, dies. So thanks for stepping in. Have a great rest of the day and enjoy your holiday. Bye-bye.